how many doors were you probably knocking a day? Did you have any incidences that was possibly dangerous? And did you
Yeah.
just create the leads? Did you have the appointments on the side? I mean, what did that look like?
You know what, Aaron? That's a good question because a lot of people who get into this business, when I tell them, well, when door knocking, they start thinking to themselves, oh, well, I'm going to go down my street, go hit up all these 4 or 5 houses down the street from me, and hopefully one of these deals is going to happen, right? But the reality of the situation is the best leads to be door knocking are those that are in foreclosure, those that are in reverse mortgages, those that are, already dealing with some sort of situation. So we pretty much made a list in those areas of certain, reverse mortgage lenders that we knew that were like financing some of these, and then the ones that were in foreclosure. So I think we organized all that data through Property Radar at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Property Radar is a great tool for that, by the way. So we were able to, find that list, and then we would go door knock. So I think I worked for that company for about like 3 weeks or a month or so, which was, a great experience. I was going out there door knocking and learning and stuff like that. But pretty much they were like, okay, now go hit up those houses. And, like you said, man, it was pretty sketchy being out there in South Central LA, door knocking, how to be like, I was looking all fly. I had a nice, tie and everything, and being friendly with everybody. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? But man, you do see some crazy stuff while door knocking. One thing that was surprising though was, I started out there in Watts, South Central LA, where I started door knocking, but then we had a couple of reverse mortgages that were like in higher end areas, I think like in Irvine or something. And I was like, what the hell is going on over here? So we went out to Irvine, to check out one particular house that was like a hot lead. I think we had spoke to him over the phone. We're like, okay, let's see if we can make something happen. And that's the one time I got a gun pulled out on me. So that was my last time door knocking in LA.
So that you were just like, I am done door knocking. Oh, was it like just in LA, or was it done?
Well, yeah, I was done door knocking from there on pretty much. But I thought it was pretty funny because, like, South Central LA, I felt more safe than I did in this high end neighborhood of like $1 million homes and stuff where I got my gun pulled out. That was insane. Yeah.
So to back it up a little bit, you said you got a deal for this company, Coast to Coast, and you said you didn't get paid on it. I mean, what happened?
Yeah. At the time, the founder, he was saying, so, this is the dumbest thing that I've ever heard, but I'm just going to be honest, because I want people to learn and I don't want people to be in the same situation. But I go get that contract signed, and I hopped on a FaceTime with the founder of the company, the company leader at the time. And I didn't know anything what I was signing because it was all like, his paperwork for the short.
Oh, so he had like no training, huh?
So he gave me no training, nothing. So he just gave me the paperwork. He's like, yo, just get it signed. So I was like FaceTiming him, hey, where do I sign? Where does he sign? So he's like, oh, sign there. So we got everything signed. I bring it back to the office, and he was like, okay, yeah, cool. Give me a copy. He's like, yeah, we're going to run it over with the team and talk about it a little bit later. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, I just kind of took it as a, we'll talk about it in a bit later. Like an hour later, he comes like, hey, so Gabriel, situation is, somebody here in the office already got that contract signed. So there's nothing we can do. It never showed me the contract signed. Never showed me anything. And he just claimed that his buddy had already gotten it signed earlier that day, and that was it. So that was one of the reasons why I left that company pretty quickly.
Yeah, I would too. It doesn't seem like the culture was that fair there, huh?
No. But like I said, I look at everything as a learning opportunity, right? So I learned a lot about reverse mortgages. I learned a lot about short sales.
Right, gotcha.
I learned a lot about how they're like looking at these lenders. I learned a lot about like how they were like starting to analyze deals. But yeah, that was one of the first real estate companies that I worked at, and then I worked at a few more afterwards.